What's going on, guys? We are back once again, and we're going to be doing another series review, which is one of my favorite series growing up, Saved by the Bell. That was from 89 all the way to 92. Now, again, I loved this show growing up. It was one of my favorite shows, and I know this show gets a lot of different, I would say, good and bad, which, again, I don't know. I do see why, but then again, I don't see why. Because, again, this show was made in another time. And if you don't like that, you got to get over it. I don't care what anyone says, you got to get over it. The actors were amazing. The comedy was amazing. The story was amazing. And you got to admit, they were younger. So, and I literally grew up with these guys. I mean, I literally grew up watching them. And they, going through high school, dealing with, all kinds of random stuff you would as a high schooler. And it goes through, the story of Mark Paul Gosselaar playing Zach Morris, who goes into school and he has all these misdevious adventures with his buddies, Slater and Screech and Kelly and Jesse and and Lisa and all of them. And again, there's a lot of moments that are to be learned in this show that I know some people do not like, and there's some people that do. And it's like, oh, well, Zach was a dick because he did this or he said this or blah, blah, blah. I mean, nobody was perfect on this show. There was no character that was perfect on this show. There was nothing on this show that was perfect. And honestly, I can say this show was not perfect, but it was still a great, fun show. It was still funny. It was still lighthearted. It was still innocent in a way because you got to experience all this crazy stuff that would happen in school, in high school, middle school and high school, and all this stuff, and then seeing all these amazing characters from back when, and all these crazy moments, like the whole Zack Attack band episode, and then them going to vacation, I think Hawaii one time, and all these other random things that happen in the series. And again, Tiffany Thiessen, she was still is one of my crushes, this day. I mean, she was literally the '90s crush back then, and even now, I still love it to this day. Freaking, this show really goes into like a lot of how school is, how it was back then, how it's changed now, and how things are even now. I mean, it teaches you a lot about life lessons, a lot of, with drinking, drugs, relationships, friends, family, hard times dealing with a friend that may have a crush on another person, or even, trying to go after the love of your life, or trying to go after anyone in this show. There's a lot of young actors that got to be really famous in this. Tori Spelling was even in this. When we got to see, like I said, Tiffany Thiessen grow up in this, Mark Paul Gosselaar, and a whole bunch of others that were in this show. And again, this show was really near to my heart growing up. I always watched it before school. Even Leah Remini was in here. There was a whole bunch of others that was in here. Sailor Moon was in here. We got to see a whole bunch of others. Again, no matter what you may think about this show's a lot better than the remake or the continuation, because this show was so much better than the so-called spin-off that they had of it, because it was an absolute embarrassment. That one was an absolute embarrassment. This was not. And if you never watched Saved by the Bell, definitely check it out on Peacock or Netflix or Hulu, or even buy the DVD set. I'd personally buy the DVD set. I would watch this show over and over again just for laughs, just for, being that little boy again, trying to watch Saved by the Bell and enjoy the opening that they had, and enjoying some of the comments and just the funniness that they had, and the whole time out, time in by Mark Paul Gosselaar, doing Zach. It was just absolutely amazing. I loved it. And when they changed it in the spinoff or the continuation, I was just like, wow. But either way, guys, what were your thoughts about this? Did you guys enjoy Saved by the Bell? Was it great? Was it a good show? Was it bad? Was it Me personally, like I said, when I've grown up, it has some of its moments. It really does. Because, when you grow up, you kind of like, I don't like this episode no more. I don't like this show anymore. It happens. But I think this show still is a great show, not only to watch with kids, your spouse, your significant other. Again, try to be open-minded and don't try. I'm very happy that they didn't give, I got to watch this the time I was, especially being a 90s kid, rather than the time frame I'm in now, or the time that we're in now, where everything is, you got to put this in a show, you got to put that in a show, when there's really no reason to put in a show or even make sense to the story. So I don't know, this is my opinion. What do you guys think? Please let me know down in the comments down below. If you guys are new to the channel, subscribing. Leave a big fat like on the video if you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you as always on the next one.